the motivation came from wanting a really warm house and being quite passionate about wanting to do the right thing and wanting to do something that would obviously keep us warm in the future and actually reduce our costs as well. And the way we've worked it out with the solar panels and all the other technologies we've got here, we're looking at really not actually paying any bills, because the feed-in tariff from the solar panels will actually pay any electric bill we have got. So there's huge amounts of challenges with listed buildings. There's the making sure you don't stifle the building, and there's the added not losing the character of the building as well. So you won't want plastic PVCs on a building like this as we're in at the moment, but you do want it to be draft proofed. So there's huge challenges there. With this building, we're lucky enough that it was an old building anyway. We paid a lot less money than we would have done if it had been a nice, warm, restored house. So we're able to sort of invest quite a large amount of money into making it warm and comfortable. The planning policy didn't actually take into account the green measures that you could take. It's probably been the last 2 years that the planning policy has. So previously to that, 4 years ago, we had additional challenges with trying to make a listed building sustainable at the same time as still enabling it to be breathable. And the added cost, there's a huge added cost when you're looking at a listed building of trying to make it sustainable. For example, you can't simply just rip down the lava and plaster for your ceilings to insulate into a loft space with the loft rooms. So what we had to do, we had to take the roof off and actually insulate and then put the roof back on again. And we've also done the same thing with our first floor. We have tile hanging, we took the tiles off and then we insulated those and put them back on again. When we looked at a heating system, we went for the ground source heat pump, because we are lucky enough to have the land in which order to run the pipes for the ground source heat pump, and it actually goes across a 3-acre field. We also unearthed a well, so we're able to use the well for the washing machine and for the toilets. So we're saving quite a bit of water as well. We could have put solar panels up, but what we have been able to do is we have a barn, so we've actually hidden the solar panels behind the barn so it's not viewed from the conservation area or for the listed building, and that's made a huge difference. We've got 9.6 kilowatts of solar panels. Made aware of the Green Deal for over 2 years now, and a lot of the initiatives around trying to get householders to reduce their consumption. So I've tended to look at what I could do ahead of time. So recently, over the last 6 years, I've done things like change boilers out when I've been restoring old houses. I've done loft insulation and lagging and general draft proofing in most of my properties. The challenge is when you've got a property that's already being let out, what sort of works can you do to improve it now, and how will the tenants want you to work with them? From the 28th of January, I'm looking to put another boiler in and hopefully use the Green Deal to do that. So I could see that as a benefit, getting some financial help with the Green Deal rather than actually having to outlay it up front. Also, some landlords may find that they haven't got the finances behind them to do a lot of these improvements in one go. So this is a great incentive to encourage landlords to do stuff that they don't actually have to pay for themselves. I've obviously restored my own property, which I wanted to do because I was passionate about it. But with my landlord properties, the challenges are really the cost and the disruption caused to some of the things I might want to do. And how long it would take actually to get the money back for the initial investment. The benefits of doing energy saving measures is that the tenant sees that you're doing the right thing and you're helping reduce their bills. You're demonstrating that you have a competitive advantage, so tenants may choose to rent from you because you're looking after them. It's not just the keeping them warm, because some of them don't actually look at the EPCs, but they can tell that you're doing what you can to keep them happy. So my experience is a warm tenant is a happy tenant.